don't know who Garth Brooks is.
Yeah, I don't either.
Are we live? We are live. Okay. Hopefully we're live this time properly.
Let's go.
We are live here from the Dallas Card Show, Gabe's Cave. We're going to do our episode today. This is Sunday. I know we're a day late, but it's okay.
How'd you sleep, Darren?
Not very good. It's not my own bed, so you know how that goes.
Yeah. I woke up at 5:30. Way too early.
Well, Chris, how'd you sleep?
I slept fantastic.
Brandon?
Like a rock.
There you have it.
All right.
There you have it, people. Today we are going to... Actually, no, let's just... What's our topic, Gabe? What's our topic?
OMG.
Yes, we are here with Rob Dieterle, Tone Rodriguez.
It's OMG.
Probably Rob Broussard, talking about their new second book.
No, Rob is here.
Rob is here, but I don't know if... Yeah, we saw Rob yesterday, but I don't know if Rob will be on today with us. Depends on how his mustache is feeling.
I don't think he can hear you.
He can't. It's okay.
Rob.
How's your mustache feeling, Rob? What?
Rob, how's the stash feeling today?
Naked. He's feeling naked without the stash. All right.
Yeah. That's not good.
So, Rob Dieterle actually just walked out. I don't know where he went, but he's supposed to be waiting on it.
We're waiting on Dieterle.
Allison's going to go grab him real quick.
It's okay because Uncle Nasty has a great mustache going.
What?
You gotta lean it. You gotta lean
Oh,
it
yeah.
to him. Oh,
Uncle
here he is.
Nasty
Here
has
he
a
is, here he
great
is. All right, we're gonna
mustache.
talk with Rob about OMG,
Yeah.
his second book.
Okay. Yeah, it works better.
Yes, OMG, a
Ugh.
Horror Anthology issue number 2.
Lots of Twilight.
All right, who's getting up? Who's getting up?
I'm getting up.
It means you're gonna have to.
Goodbye, Brandon. Yeah, I know.
Come on, come hang out with the mystical wizards. Domino's Pizza, how can I help you? I'd like a Supreme, please.
All right. Now we are here. with Rob.
Vigado. Mic check, 1, 2. Check.
We're live. We're live.
live?
Yeah, we're live.
Hey, folks, how you doing? Let me put my beer down.
So, talk to us about your new book.
My new book. You mean the
Issue
the
number
one,
2.
Issue 2. Oh, issue 2 is awesome. We have stories about spiders, sexy mermaids, crazy redheads.
I don't
and
like
I mean
spiders.
crazy redheads. Her name is Kelly Miles, Prized Possessions. You'll love the story. And we got some new sneak peeks coming up of Tone Rodriguez. Aquitas Comics presents an Evening with Tone Rodriguez art book.
I heard about that.
What else would you like to know?
Who are some of the artists on this one?
Artists on this one. We had Chad Harding on a cover, Jason Metcalf on a cover, Crease Lee on a cover. Crease with 3 E's. Creees. I like saying that. That's great. Candace Daly's inside there. We've got Rob Broussard, Tone Rodriguez just a little bit. Thought he was paying attention to us.
He's not paying
Hi,
attention,
Tone.
but he'll be over here in a minute. He's drawing.
So a total of 26 people collaborated on this book. 26.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. It's going to be a chore getting one of these signed. Last one was 16. 16 on the
10
last one.
more people.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm crazy.
Crazy man.
Crazy. So not only that, we are going to be printing next week on the book.
Do you have any here with you?
We do.
You do.
We do.
Where they at?
Chris. White box right there. Are you going to get okay, Chris has got one. Sorry, we weren't prepared.
Yeah, we should have been more prepared than that.
So, Gabe, I heard you're 16 years old and you're available.
No.
I think he is.
So, I heard something about some crazy interview yesterday. I thought it was pretty funny. Yeah, was that Ken Salinas? So that's our test copy. That's for us all to look at and do our edits, make sure our names are correct and everybody's name's spelled right.
We have our lovely Chris Reed here, showing off the This is a test copy, you said?
That's a test copy.
Test copy.
Yeah, so one of the stories has just 2 colored pages. The rest are black and white, but none of the lettering's done yet.
Cool. You don't have to go through the whole thing right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, but between this and this issue here, the centerfold that's actually in this test book is not the actual centerfold. It is the cover for Jason Metcalf's cover.
okay. Keep flipping. Just keep on going.
I'm flipping out, man. So, but I'm not sure what page he's at now. I can't see that, but
he's
yeah,
in the center.
we've got Steve Liddick did the artwork on the Sea Hag story, which was put together with me and Bill Morrison, and Bill Morrison wrote the script for it. And it's a rather enjoyable story. We got Peter Smith in this book with the story about Krampus.
Oh, yeah.
And a nice little surprise ending, which is really good. I don't know. Have you looked at the test book yet?
I haven't yet. No,
You have
actually.
not seen
I
it?
have not seen it.
Okay,
no.
well, I've got copies for you guys over
cool.
there.
Cool,
So,
cool.
yeah, we did 15 test copies. And I sent 3 off to CGC for grading.
Can't show it all, Chris. They gotta get a book. Can't show it all, man.
Is that the advertisement? Go ahead and show Tone's page on there. Flip the very back and show the page of Tone. Yes. Yes, that's going to be a upcoming art book for Tone Rodriguez, put together by Aquatas Comics in association with Gabe's Cave, Fuel the Geek, Tony Wilson, McLean McGuire, and Derek Day.
How does it make you feel, Gabe?
It's awesome.
Awesome.
There you have it, folks. It's awesome.
Awesome.
It is awesome. And we will actually have all of your. I will go back and edit it after we go done live. I'll have all your information on there, so if anybody wants to buy anything, they can. So.
All right, sounds good.
Or if you just want to shoot us an email, we can get you in touch with them. I promise.
All right.
We see them like once a month or more.
So, I know a lot of people have trouble pronouncing the name of Aquatas Comics, and it's from the movie Boondock Saints.
Yes. Yeah.
The
yeah.
tattoos on their
Yeah.
arms. Aquatas
What does it mean? So
It's
anybody that
the
doesn't
Lady
know
of
Latin.
Blind Justice.
You're right. Right.
So that's where the symbol came from. And just this morning, I was slightly corrected by somebody that actually looked up how to say the word, and it's like Equitas or something like that. No, it's Aquatas. I watched the movie.
And there you go. There you go. There you go.
So I know. Once you say Aquatas, you look at it. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I thought it was.
Aquitas, So
I don't speak Latin.
maybe next time I'll just call it AEIOU, and sometimes Y.
Comics.
Because we love you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be all about I, give the rest of the vowels back.
Nope, there's no I in team. This book is a team effort.
Yes, it is. With 26 people, actually.
Yeah. Try juggling that sometimes.
Yeah. So how do you plan on going around and getting all the autographs for everybody? Not a 6,000 mile road
In
trip.
case y'all
like
didn't hear that,
last
Marty
time.
says not a 6,000-mile road trip. But it was fun.
Yeah.
Long,
They actually
but
did a
fun.
6,000 mile road trip
But,
to get.
I mean,
last
we
time.
ended the trip in Florida and got to spend a day at the Galaxy's Edge. Unfortunately, COVID had half the park shut down, so I did not enjoy any of it. And everything that I thought would be for sale at the shops was not for sale at the shops.
Or open.
Or open.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully. Yeah, he's lying.
I had fun.
He's
I had
lying.
lots of fun.
He looked pretty
Spent a lot
serious,
of
but
money.
he's lying.
Buy my book. I spent a lot of money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Marketing 101.
So Marketing 101. Yeah. But
Hey, Chris wants to talk.
Rob, talk to these people that have not been doing this for the amount of time that you have, that are struggling right now with what's going on with this pandemic and the cons not being going, and tell them something they can do to not lose hope and to keep going with this, besides just, the love that they have for what it is that they do. Because, that the love is awesome, but that doesn't pay the bills.
it could, though.
It could.
It could.
You got
First
to be able to
of all,
make.
first of
you
all,
got to be able to
I
sell your
haven't
stuff.
been doing this that long. I started Aquatas Comics July of 2018. The reason why I started it was I was trying to get involved in it, and I got pulled into a group to help finance the book, and it just went away. After I gave money, nothing happened of it. So I was driving back from a show with Tone Rodriguez one time. We started talking about it and decided to do our own book. And with Mustafa Musa mentioned anthology, and I'm like, oh, that's a great idea because I can send the stories out to different people and not rely on one person to do 22 pages. You know, so that's the reason why we have so many artists on our book. So, like for instance, a 8-page story, you've got Tone and I coming up with the plots. Okay, we have once we get the plots all rounded out where we know we want to be, if we don't feel like comfortable writing that particular story, we use Bill Morrison or we use Raven Gregory. Now, Bill Morrison, if you guys don't know who he is, he was one of the chief editors for Mad Magazine for a while. He was huge with Bongo Comics. He did so much stuff. And one of the things that is iconic to me, because I'm a horror guy, the movie House, the skeleton hand reaching out to the doorbell, he drew that. That's amazing artwork. So, and Raven Gregory writes for Zenoscope, and he got a good connection through Tone Rodriguez to bring him on, and he is the actual writer for Charlotte Black, but him and I collaborate on a weekly basis, and I tell him where we're going with the story. I gave him the background, and he absolutely flipped out. The background of how this girl became who she is. All these stories, you may not see it now, from book 1 to book 2 to book 3 that's in production now, they all connect in a weird way, but awesome way. You will get a sneak peek in issue 3, the centerfold, and that's all I'm going to say, on how these stories start tying together. All right? And a couple of the stories in the book are going to be standalone stories probably by the end of the year. And you'll start seeing those things develop inside there. That was the reason why we decided to do an anthology. Not only to get many people involved, old and new, like Rob Broussard is new to the comic world. He's already done, work in both issues for us. He's got a standalone story that's kind of a tribute to a sick, twisted tribute to 9/11. Hopefully nobody will get offended, but think Alice Cooper, 1976, I believe that was, that he did his comic Marvel premiere number 50, and then think like being in your own personal hell, and when you read that story, you'll be like, oh my God.
So can we take from what you said just then that without you actually saying that as the answer, that one of the most important things for these people to be doing right now is to have a team and people that you can rely on to work with to help carry some of the load in these hard times?
Right. I mean, if you don't have a team, a good team, it's difficult. I mean, I have a full-time job. I run a construction company, and the countless hours you have to put in after hours, driving on the highway, 2-hour phone calls, 3-hour phone calls. Like, I live in Arkansas. Okay, but I travel back and forth from Arkansas to Dallas and work. And it's a 6-hour drive from my house. That whole entire 6 hours is spent on the phone. Thank God for Bluetooth, And it's just from this guy to that guy, back to this guy, to this guy, this guy, back to that guy, to this lady, back to this lady, on top of my real job. So it hasn't been easy. It's been fun. I mean, it's like once you get that feeling and that drive, that first book, getting that first book out, just, my God, man. So,
the lights have dimmed.
The lights should be fine.
Yeah.
Did we lose lighting? I can't see. I'm blind.
The lights went down a little bit. I don't know why. Oh, we've completely lost lighting now.
There you go. Thank you, Chris.
We're back. All right. Brandon, you want to hop in here and ask some questions?
So the multi-talented Chris just took care of that, or Uncle Nasty, I should say.
Yes?
So,
no? On the spot, buddy.
On the spot.
No, okay.
But basically, like I said, you have your bumps. There's some rough times. It's like you reach out to a guy and you ask him to draw something, and then he's got a full-time job.
Right.
And he's doing the work part-time. And you get put on the back burner, and then you miss a deadline, and I apologize to everybody right now. We thought we were going to be on the spot with issue 2. We had a major problem with the Charlotte Black story. We had a couple of artists take the project and then hold on to it, and then something bigger came up, so they put us on the back burner. So we went through 3 different pencilers to get that one And then after the last penciler we got, God bless his heart, he did the best he could. He's a young guy. He did what we want him to do. We just had to make a lot of edits to make it right. And then, he didn't want to ink the pages, which was good for us. So we got the pages inked by Mustafa Musa. And then when they were finally done, every colors that we normally use was not available. So we have a brand new colors on that story, so we had to do some editing on that one, which we believe those edits will be done tomorrow, so we can actually go, okay, McLean, do the lettering, let's get it put on there, which the lettering's already done on the black and whites. We just need to transfer them to the color pages. Okay, we love them, and go to print. All the covers are printed.
Well, I got to look at every page of the little sneak peek, and I'm impressed just like I was with the first one.
Well, thank you.
The artwork, the stories, like it's different, and that's why I think I like it so much. Is because it might be like just a cheesy one-liner at the end where like it ends on the story, but it's like that classic Freddy Krueger style, you know what I mean? Like one-liner, like aha, got you type, moment in the comic book. So
right. So I mean, the prized possession story.
Right.
The first one, we had a lot of dialogue going into it. The second issue, we narrowed it down to 4 pages because she's in the midst of traveling, and you find out a little bit more about her. And then when the third issue comes out, we get right to the point. She does what she does, takes care of her victim, and then she's going to be off to the next one. So, and it's pretty amazing, what we're doing with that one.
So what is her like entity, like besides a smoking hot redhead?
She was done very wrong.
Okay.
By a group of individuals, and she's out. She's got herself together. She's a stronger woman, and she's basically out for revenge. So be prepared for some good twists and turns in that one, and you'll learn a lot about her as the story goes.
All right.
So we plan on putting her in the first 13 issues. So, and then we got some exciting stuff coming up with her. And the Charlotte Black story, it's not a one-time thing. It is going to be a standalone trade paperback, and it's a part of a bigger story.
Oh.
So, and we've got some good horror stories, and we've got some funny stuff coming up. We got this nice story that we're working on right now called The Legend of Manor Lake, which involves everybody sitting at this booth right now. And while we were on that 6,000-mile road trip, we are going. I spent countless hours in the back seat writing this.
And sleeping.
And no, I was writing more. and sleeping, yeah.
Let's just hope Uncle Nasty gets to come back like Charlotte Black.
So, but yeah, The Legend of Manor Lake is going to be a really good deal. You guys are going to love it.
All right.
So, and I surprised y'all with that. You didn't know that was coming, did you?
You told me because
You're the main character, and we're going to poke fun at you.
I know. I'm going to cry. Hey, you saw what happened yesterday to people that poke fun at people.
So, yeah, I'm not calling nobody no geek or no nerd because I'm one of them.
Heck yeah.
I'm one of them. Back when I was a kid, when I was Gabe's age, I was running around to a con they called Men Behind the Mask. Matter of fact, probably before you were born. And Men Behind the Mask was basically C-3PO, R2-D2, Chewbacca, Darth Vader, when you could go up and get their autographs for $5. So, good times. You go see the Batman 66 crew, they're all together. You might say, I've got a piece, I think I've put it on Facebook, that has all the original cast members signed. And back then, it was a sin to sign on the photo.
Right.
They signed on 3x5 cards. So we've got this, I don't know, it's probably about 24 inches by 16, and it's a matted custom frame with the COA in the back of it of everybody that played on the show.
Awesome.
So, yeah, it's one of my I don't know, my holy grails.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it used to be a sin to sign the cover of the artwork. Yeah, either sign the inside or on the
so
back
anybody out
cover.
there looking at old comics, always open up that first page.
Yeah, because it might
You'd
be
be
signed.
surprised on whose signature you can find inside there.
Yep.
Stan Lee's being one of them. Jim Lee's being another one of them.
Jack Kirby.
Frank Miller. We found a Frank Miller autograph on the inside at a flea market, on the inside of a nice Star Wars book or something like. I can't remember. We'll have to ask Tone that question. He found it. I didn't find it. Tone found it. So.
Are we going to get more Bigfoot stuff?
Yes. Yes, I've got a good Snow Beast story coming up, and it's going to be, no offense to anybody, but it's going to be like an LSD trip.
Okay.
It's going to be one of those weird things where they experience weird stuff and stuff like that. Yeah, right up Chris's alley. So
You had me on LSD.
So, but that one's coming up. We've got we've got some really good stuff coming up. I don't want to give too much away. So, if people pay attention to live drawings that are going on, they might get a little hint here and there. So.
And Tone is always doing stuff online on social media.
Right. So we're hoping to pinpoint that to a set time, twice a week. An evening with Tone Rodriguez.
I enjoy every time I get to come hang out with you guys.
So, I appreciate it.
All of y'all are great individuals.
I appreciate it.
every
Yeah,
single
I'll
one
tell
of
you
them.
what, this weekend was stressful for me.
Yeah.
And for Marty too.
Y'all made a man happy
So
yesterday.
that
helped.
that picture was nice. Except somebody kept their mask on. Who was that? I was actually surprised Lou took his down.
He did.
Yeah.
He pulled his
Yeah,
down.
you have to look at the picture. Yeah, he pulled it down. Everybody, and then Marty's back in the background going, he's playing the Grinch. So, was it the Hulk? It looks like the Grinch to me. So.
Any more questions? I was going to say, you got any more questions for him? Yeah, all right. So, anything else to say about the book?
Oh, just, buy it, enjoy it. You guys have to read it and treat it like the old magazine called Creepy. The stories just change.
Rob, don't you still have some copies of the first issue for those that don't have it?
Yes, we do. We have issue number 1s left. We have, quite a bit of them. And the ones that we ran out of are the standard issue, which are the unnumbered ones. And all the ones we have left bulk-wise are all numbered. We have books numbered to 25, books numbered to 50, and books numbered to 100. All left.
Which cover artists are all of them?
Oh shoot! The first issue was Candace Daly, Jose Varice, Tone Rodriguez, Rob Broussard, Ryan Kincaid, and Chris Enott. I'm trying. Rob Broussard's over there waving his hand. That's issue 2, Rob. You didn't do a cover for issue 1. Okay, we're talking about issue 1.
I've got to start reading these.
Okay.
I've got to start reading them now.
So, why is that?
You've piqued my interest.
Okay, well, good deal. Good deal. I mean, if you guys love horror stories and you love things with the twist, the whole reason we called it OMG, a horror anthology, is because we want you to think, oh my God.
I have to look for our Easter eggs now.
Yeah, there's Easter eggs everywhere. There's product placement that you have to keep your eye out for. We took a friend of ours, Tony Wilson. He has a little podcast called Feel the Geek. If you read the story in the first one, The Night of the Rougarou, and you look at the energy drink can, it's Feel the Geek. And look at Bo's hat. Bigfoot is real. So.
And also the first appearance of Gabe's Cave inside a comic book.
What story was that in?
Oh, it's on the garage door.
It's on a brick wall.
Yeah, it looks like a garage door at the time.
One word.
Chupacabra. Addiction.
Addiction. Yeah.
Yeah, which actually is a story about the chupacabra. Yeah. Because it's thirst for blood addiction. So.
Your chupacabra looks a little different though, doesn't it?
Yeah, we got a good design. Jose Varice designed that character. We got together and started talking about it. We're like, well, what do we do this? We do that. We do this. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's going to be, the chupacabra will appear several times in the future.
Are there skinwalkers in any of them?
Yes, there are.
Ooh.
So I'll give you a little hint on that one because that one's not so bad. Okay, so when you read the story of addiction, how does it start? Do you remember?
Like right now, my brain is flipping
No.
pages in the issue
Well,
one.
he goes to say, okay, so the very first box, I'm going off of memory, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Right.
Is they call me Rico.
Yep, that's it.
That is not my name. That is what they called me in prison.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? If they knew my real name, they would kill me,
Right.
because he is a Puerto Rican in Mexico. I'm giving away a lot. And he's a gang leader of a Mexican gang.
Okay.
Okay? So that story right there, if you can put that together and put the fact that he is the chupacabra, he transforms like a werewolf.
Yeah.
You will
Yeah, that's what I
soon
was saying,
find out how
yeah.
how he became that. Okay, and you'll also and you'll also find out on how he controls it, and he controls it because of he was in prison with a couple of skinwalkers that basically left every day and came back to prison without being noticed because they would change into an animal and fly out the window, change back and stuff like that. And he was taught by the Navajo Indian skinwalkers on how to control his thirst. So there's a whole lot that's going on there that you guys are going to see in the future.
It's good, dog.
So
That's quite interesting.
Aaron, you have to read these now?
Skinwalkers
so
and chupacabras and Bigfoot.
so the Sasquatch,
Yeah.
Maynard Lake.
Wow.
So
I see Mustafa is giving me the weird eye over there. That was weird eye, man. You were like,
he's
Yeah.
over there going, I'm Batman.
yeah, yeah. All right, well,
So
you guys want to interview Tone now for his Meet the Artist?
sounds
that?
good, Brandon.
What do you say? Oh, I will say this for Rob leaves. Make sure that you check out all his pages. Support him. Make sure you pick up a copy. What's left of issue number 1? Grab issue number 2. Where can they pre-order issue number 2, or is it Kickstarter still, or what?
We don't put the pre-orders up until we get
Have-
Kickstarter people stuff mailed out.
Gotcha.
So I don't like pre-orders because that sometimes with certain things can run into an issue,
Right.
and you get too many damaged books and you sold them all. So I would rather wait, get the Kickstarter people taken care of, and then as soon as the Kickstarter stuff is all mailed out, then I'll put them up online.
Just straight buy or not pre-order, right?
Yeah, straight
Okay.
buy, not pre-order.
You have an
Because
ETA on
there's
that
some
whenever-
really nice covers, like Jason Metcalf's cover. We only printed 50 of them.
You have an ETA on that, so people will know when they can.
We'll finish the color editing probably tomorrow,
Mhm.
and it all depends on how quick Brian is in getting them done. And we go, okay, that's what we want, and then it goes right to McLean to have the lettering transferred over, and then right to the print. So we're ready to go. We're ready to just get them printed.
All right,
it was
there you
just
go.
that one Charlotte Black story held us up.
So be expecting that pretty soon. You can grab issue number 1 if you haven't gotten one yet. Fantastic books. Be expecting the issue number 2 coming out, and then issue number 3 eventually, sooner rather than later.
So you guys can email me at info@Aquatas Comics. Stand in front of the camera, show them Aquatas Comics spelling. There you go. Spelling of Aquatas Comics is right there. info@aquatascomics.com, or Instagram OMG Horror Anthology, and also on Facebook Rob Dieterle. So that's what I've got right now. So
And we'll have that down below as well. And it's it's all over everything. It's a regular promotion there. So
and I do have one more quick thing too. Issue 3 is not going to have as many covers, and when we do a separate cover, there's only going to be 25 of them.
issue number 3.
Issue number 3.
So it's going to be more of a
it-
special.
Yeah, it's going to be a Kickstarter thing. If you don't buy it on Kickstarter, that's not going to be. We're going to print enough for Kickstarter, and that's it.
For the whole thing, all of them.
No. We're going to print one standard issue,
Oh,
one
gotcha.
standard cover.
Okay, gotcha.
And for any sports fans out there, issue 3 is right up your alley.
Cool. Well, there you go. So I suppose we're going to go on to Tone just got busy, so maybe just maybe not. So, we have anything else to talk about real quick for
I'm sorry.
what?
It got loud in here. I'm
What
sorry,
Twilight
guys.
Zone? Oh, Robert, sorry, yeah. He also is busy right now, so we have to hang out here in just a minute.
So-
Tone looks like he's trying to wrap things up. We have been here at the con.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Gabe, go grab your water.
you know, a lot of things too we got to consider too is we don't have all the cons going on that we normally do. Are we off?
No,
We
we're
live?
good. We're live. Yeah.
Okay, just had to make sure. So yeah, so with all the future cons all in question, I don't believe honestly there's going to be any of the big shows. I don't think that the December C2E2, I don't think the Emerald City in December is going to go and stuff like that. But I'll tell you what, folks, right here in Dallas, Texas, actually Allen, Texas, at the Dallas Card Show, we will be here every 2 months.
Every 2 months, yep.
Right
So anybody
here.
out there in the Dallas area or that wants to come
You
to
know.
a show, we should be set up. One of either us or OMG should be set up every 2 months. You said?
Yeah, I believe the dates are the weekend of around March 20th. We can confirm that. It's on the deal out
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
on the website, DallasCardShow.com. And we're going to try to bring in a couple of the artists. I've already talked to Seth Groves and Candace Daly about coming down.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens with that.
Cool. Yeah. So different artists, different times. So if you're in the area,
And,
make sure you come out and support them. Come check them out. They'll be doing all kinds of commissions, and they'll have all their books here, and you can come talk with them if you've never met them before. They're great people.
Right. No, we're waiting for you.
Wait, no.
So also, you know what we should do is I'll compile a list together of who we could possibly bring as a guest, and let's do a survey.
Cool. Yeah.
Sound good? All right.
And now we have
Sounds-
Tone here.
All right, sounds good. See you guys.
No, you're sticking around.
Oh, am I? Yeah. I wonder
You
why.
gotta come on.
Wonder why
Come
this
in
chair
here.
won't let me get up.
Brandon hadn't been in this one at all. I'm gonna let Brandon take over.
Brandon. The
I was-
Brandon, a future villain.
I wasn't grinding. No, somebody was grinding. What me?
Red hoodie. You're.
Darren, did you hear that?
I'm not colorblind.
Brandon, the future villain.
Go ahead, Brandon. Tell everybody why. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys not sure? You guys are gonna love this story with Gabe's Cave. It might not be age appropriate, so if you have small children, you might need to walk out. But come back in about 2 minutes because it's a short story.
All right.
Fine. I think y'all be entertained by this. So I was in the bathroom at this convention hall and just going to the bathroom, just doing my thing, and a guy popped out of the stall and asked me if I was the dude from Grindr, and I said, "What?" He says, "Yeah." He said he'd be wearing a red hoodie. I'm like, "No, no, I'm not the dude from Grindr."
What?
So there's a dude hanging out in the bathroom here, waiting for somebody from Grindr.
That's nasty. nasty.
That really happened.
Today?
Oh, are you just catching it? Oh,
Today?
Beautiful. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, that happened today. So we're gonna let Tone. Yeah, I wasn't grinding. So yeah, stay out of the bathroom. Anyways, we're gonna talk to Tone about OMG, a horror anthology. Fantastic artist. He's a great storyteller. Just not with art, but with also just the stories that he's got. I could probably listen to him all day. But I'll kind of let you go into your spiel about the book that's coming out.
Cool beans. I don't know exactly what I should be saying because, again, I generally like talking to people about stuff. I like talking to people and letting you people know about the book. But I work better when people specifically ask me questions. But the book is the OMG, a horror anthology book.
What about
and,
what about your book?
what book?
The Tone Rodriguez book.
Oh, well, you know what? The stages on that is still so early on all that. Are you going to edit all this to make it work? We're live? Oh, it's no pressure. No, I didn't know you were, okay, gotcha. See, and I've been loud over here this whole time. I've been, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, but that's the, I want to call that teaser artwork for the book. Right now, everything about the art book is tentative. Basically, when we started doing the work on the original anthology book, my plan was, what we should do is do this anthology book. So That way we can get some stories going, and we can have 4 or 5 different camps kind of working at the same time, because artists are generally a bit flaky. If we go ahead and we can spread the work out, instead of giving them 22 pages to do, we give them 4 or 5, 6 or 7, maybe the work will come quicker. And then reality kicked in, and we realized that even though we were only asking for 4 pages here, 5 pages here, 6 pages here, other work would get in the way, or just like me, you know, bills pile up, and all of a sudden I'm taking on commissions and I'm doing this, and then all of a sudden you get a message from the guy from the Netherlands because his death metal band needs some artwork for a music video, and you're like, okay. So you back burner stuff. So after we realized that that's what we were doing, and waiting for stuff to come in, and then again, no disrespect to any artist specifically, and not specifically to anyone on the book, where I'm not pointing anybody out specifically at all. But what ends up happening is you start trying to hunt people, and then they start hiding from you. And again, not anything specific, but it's stuff that I'm used to doing or dealing with. So at one point at one of our conversations, I just turned to Rob and I said, well, you know what we should do? We should do something where it doesn't really cost us anything to like get the artwork. Why don't we just do an art book? And because I've been wanting to do an art book for a long time, but the thing is, I'm inept when it comes to the computer aspect of it, the actual, you know, following through. It's like if you want artwork and you want me to draw and put, you know, the Dark Defender on a piece of artwork, or draw a birthday card, or you need a logo or a sign or something, I can do that and we're done. But when people come to me and they go, oh, well, can you color this in the computer and give me a vector file? It's like, I can't do any of that. It's not what I do. Now, keep in mind at this point in time, because I've gotten to this part where I'm like absolutely on my own going, how am I going to do this? I still rely on people to help and follow through. At some point, I have to do that. I have to figure out exactly how to do this. We have the iPad now where we're working with the Procreate and stuff. And so but it's all baby steps. So the art book, in theory, was supposed to be easy because all the artwork is there. So about 2 months ago, we started the long, arduous task of taking everything and scanning them and then putting them on a portable hard drive so we can have it available. And then basically finding other places where my artwork has been stored. So I reached out to a lot of the people that I've done work with. I've reached out to my friends and associates and asked them, it's like, hey, look, I know there's got to be backups and hard drives and disks with this stuff. So we are slowly trying to get things to us, things that we can use. And that's always the interesting thing about this stuff. It's like you start asking people for things for free, and then you kind of like, well, because again, I'm not going to pay for my artwork. It's like, no, you just have it. Just do me a favor and give it back to me. And then you start hearing
just a scan of it.
Well, no, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not asking for physical artwork. Just give me the scan, and then we're not using it all. You know, we're going to pick and choose what we want. But then I started hearing people go, well, I don't know if you could print that. And I'm like, don't tell me what we can and can't do. Just give it to me, and I'll know better. It's like, you know, I'm a big boy. I can figure this stuff out. But it's been fun because we're going back and we're kind of like digging. I'm trying to go as far back as I can, but I can only go as far back as what I have, like physically have. So I have a few pieces in my collection of my own stuff that I had no intention of ever getting rid of. So finding the original or making original scans of like my Skeletor piece from the Masters of the Universe book. That was easy because I had it. I'm still friends with the people who had colored it, and I have the files for that. So, you know, we'll be able to show, you know, a pencil stage, an ink stage, and the colored stage. So, because again, anything that I have as a print, you know, easily will make it into the book. But then we started going, okay, well, are we digging deep? Are we doing this? And you keep finding like these layers, you keep digging, and then you find layouts, and you're like, ooh, these layouts are neat, but do they mean anything to anybody else? Oh my God, like I found like the original design work I did for the Dark Defender. I know where that's at, and so the idea right now is, the idea was to create something that was relatively easy to create. And now, because of the production aspect, I don't want to put out a book that I'm like, Yeah, nobody cares about it. I just did it because I thought it was neat. So we're trying to work our way through to make sure that when the book comes out and you get it in your hand, you go, this is awesome. This is what I want. And so hopefully that's what we end up doing. And again, I don't necessarily want to rush it. And I don't want to put out something that's just art. We're trying to work it out. So the book is called An Evening with Tone Rodriguez. So the idea is to make it have some sort of narrative. So at some point, we're going to do a couple interviews that we'll be making available to YouTube. You guys, if you guys are interested in it, you're more than welcome to them. And then we'll take snippets, stories, things to elaborate on the pieces of art, and or basically flush out a story that people may have heard a bajillion times, but like, let's put it together, put it in the book, and then there it is. It'll always be there, because I still have people coming up to me at shows, and they say, hey man, I heard before you got into comic books you were a wrestler. And I'm like, what? And then I go, oh, that's right, I forgot. Back when I was working in trading cards, every time I'd come out with a set, they said, hey, can you give us a bio? So, okay, I made a bio. Scooby-Doo, here's a Scooby-Doo bio, run it on the card, because they put them on the back of the cards. And 3-4 months later, they'd be like, hey, we need another bio. It's like, nothing's changed. Just use the bio on the last card. And so they did. But then another 3 or 4 months went by. They said, we need another bio. It's like, nothing's changed. Like in the last 12 months, nothing's. But they're like, no, you don't understand. It's like we want to give our fans, the people who buy the cards, like something new, something special. And then we started doing this thing where we started tying it into the card. So like in the Scooby-Doo one, I think at the very line, it's like, oh, and Tone loves Scooby snacks, just to kind of do like that weird Scooby-Doo kind of like da-da. So I get annoyed about stupid stuff because, like I said, a bio shouldn't change because it's like nothing has changed in my life. Well, so I started making stuff
but
up.
But in all honesty, it should change because we're adding new product.
No, I know, but I'm going the other way. And okay. I'm like, this hasn't changed. This hasn't changed. The new stuff, definitely, you could add to it, but like changing it, I just thought it was ridiculous. So I started making stuff up. So in one of them, I wrote up that, I'd gotten to comic books as like my second love. My first love was wrestling. And I was a Mexican wrestler down in Tijuana up until like some sort of
Libre.
Yeah, and I made up a name and everything. I don't remember. I'd have to look at the card. I have no idea because it's all bullshit. But I made it up, and so people would come up to me. Well, because I used to. Again, there's a lot of stories, and we can spend all day doing this. But I used to not work, but I used to go down to Bakersfield with my friends for their wrestling events. We were in LA and we'd go down to Bakersfield every week for a weekly wrestling thing. And so while I was there, I realized that one of the things that they were lacking down there, because it wasn't like a big wrestling promotion, it was a tiny little production. So what I realized is they were lacking in security because the guys would like kind of mess with the wrestler. So I started doing security. So, and one of the reasons why they had a problem with me doing it is I was bigger than some of the guys in the ring. And I'm the guy, like the guy who was running the promotion was like, man, we got to get you in the ring. It's like, no, I'm not that. I can't do that. But, stuff like that happened. I was doing security when they were doing the XPW stuff in Los Angeles. And so, like I said, it's like all these stories are just bullshit. But they're funny. Because I want to be entertaining and I want people, but they still come up to me and ask me about that. So yeah. So I won't necessarily set the record straight, but I'll elaborate to like, maybe we'll do a thing where it's like, is this true or is this false? And then I can at least knock a few things off the list. And again, because people will always still come up to me. What was that? No, exactly. And again, please I don't mind it. I enjoy talking about all this.
I've got a quick question before I take off. What is it that you're working on today?
Well, I'm working on these.
Can you show us?
Which ones?
Anyone. Just one that's done already?
Yeah, you want to hand me any of those?
Yeah, check this out. I think it's pretty amazing, guys.
I'm doing just grab whichever one you want. A gentleman came to the show yesterday. Oh, you got to put it in front of the camera. They can't see it from here. Now I'm directing the show. So sorry. I'm working on these Funko Pops.
diddly-do.
A gentleman got a hold of me and he wanted remarks on them and stuff. So I said sure, and he ended up coming in here with like 75 of them. So I'm doing like originally it was like yeah no problem I can do them, and now I'm like. But I
75 remarks.
I think there's about 75 there, and then the things I did last night for him, on the canvases, and he still wants to buy some prints and some stuff. So yeah, it's crazy.
Darren, grab that one on the front of the table right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is another thing we're doing remarks on. One day. I'll tell the short version of the story. We were traveling, and we were in a Kinko's FedEx, and I needed to make a scan because we were trying to get some stuff done.
6,000-mile road trip.
Yes, 6,000 miles. He doesn't let us know. We had to change the oil in the car. And we were in a Kinko's, and Marty of Gabe's Cave found a Jimmy Halpert Funko Pop and just thought, hey, we had to have it. So we purchased it, he gave it to us. I don't even know what happened to that one. I'm sure it ended up with everything else. And then all of a sudden we started coming up with this idea. It's like, you know what we should do is we should make little Jimmy Halpert books, put them inside the book. So like there's 2 little Jimmy Halperts in there.
Yep.
He's holding one, the other one's so you can see it. We've made these metal pin
4x6 metal prints.
and my buddy here, it's all him. I support it 100%, but that's all my buddy Rob Dieterle. So if you bring them to me, I will sign them.
Yeah.
I'll remark them for
Yeah,
you.
they're only $40.
It's like we're not like crazy about it. Yeah, it's realistic, but it's fun. Somebody came by yesterday. I think you came by yesterday, and you're like, what's this? And I was like, oh yeah, it's like just.
I was like, it says exclusive.
Because
but like,
that's what
is
the
it-
sticker says.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is exclusive.
Yeah,
It's
you
a-
can't
yeah.
get it anywhere
It has
else.
a Jimmy Halpert comic book.
You can't.
You're right.
It's it. This is the one place you can get it from, I guess.
Until someone else makes
Yeah,
it.
until somebody else does it. But yeah.
So, guys, I got to go. I got
Bye.
a booth to run. I don't know if my sister's here, so I got to go out there.
Oh no.
All right. Bye, everybody.
All right.
Well, goodbye, Rob.
Later, buddy.
How about the cards?
And we're still live, I guess, right? Is anybody watching?
I'm gonna sit.
Yeah.
Here, Brandon,
I
take
saw
this mic.
them. Yeah, you got to hold them. They can't see him from here.
So, we do our Meet the Artist Spotlight. I don't know if you've seen it.
I may have done one before.
I think we've sort of done one before.
Yeah.
But not with
Oh,
season
no,
2.
yeah, no, clearly,
Not with
clearly.
season
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, right on.
Last week was Rob Broussard. I did the interview for that.
I didn't
one.
watch it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I mean, he actually had a mustache then, and then I don't know what happened. It's gone. Anyways,
They call that a beard.
what?
Oh, wait. I thought we were talking about something else.
Oh
Sorry,
yeah,
Rob.
yeah. I didn't know what that is.
Nobody got it.
Yeah. He's over there grinding.
He's like, "Arr."
Anyways,
Can I borrow your red hoodie?
we're not grinding here.
No.
Okay, so we've got your cards, and of course they're once again amazing cards.
Have you put them up?
And
People
we're
look
gonna
at
put them up. So
Oh, you want to know who that is?
yeah, well,
Okay.
guy on the left.
I'll let you talk about it and then I'll show.
Okay, cool. And just show them to me, and then I'll know who we're talking about.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So the first one, left to right, is a Bug from the Micronauts, the
Okay.
Marvel comic book from the '70s. The Micronauts.
Micronauts, and we were talking about
Yeah,
Micronauts
yeah.
yesterday because you had a
Oh.
Michael Golden box, and I was like, "You have a Michael Golden box?"
Yeah, we're moving. And my box that I brought all my books in for the show say like Michael Golden, Micronauts, and the lid probably had a star on it. Like for my move, the first time I'd put stars on the boxes, like don't fuck with it, don't mess with this box. Like this is the box.
Right.
And so the other character is Smiley, the homicidal button, the psychotic button from Evil Ernie.
Yep. Okay.
Brian Polito is a friend of ours in Phoenix, and whenever I get a chance to like just do one just for something, just so hey, look, Brian, I love your stuff.
And I like Brian's videos. He's so energetic, and he seems so excited about what he does, and he's still doing it after all the years. That's
You know
awesome.
what? Nobody does the con promotion, the video, like he's so good at doing the Lady Death, the coffin. He's amazing. He's great to watch. If anybody wants to learn about how to do this, watch these guys, and then watch Brian Polito, because Brian's he's amazing. He's a ringmaster. He really is.
What else we got here?
Oh. So this was the first card I did. I did a Stormtrooper, mostly because I always see that you guys always put like Star Wars stuff up on your banner, and I noticed my art wasn't on the banner. So I said, okay, I'm going to draw some Star Wars stuff just so I can get the banner. And then the other one is Spider-Man, because everybody loves Spider-Man, and I don't much care for Spider-Man, but I know people do, so I always try to draw what people want. Because if it was just me, it would just be Batman.
And I want everyone to know that I did not make any decisions on who
I'm
who
teasing.
the art.
I'm teasing.
I would have put Tone on the banner.
I'm teasing.
I would have waited.
It's fine.
I would have waited until his cards came in.
This would be you just see Marty in the background behind with the things. And there'd be no banner.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just teasing. Stop. All right, what's the next one? No, that is Star-Lord. That is 1980s
the comic version of Star-Lord.
Star-Lord is one of. I have no idea.
No. Yeah.
It's a very similar.
I have no idea. Yeah, no, it's all good, brother. Star-Lord is one of my favorite characters. The first time I saw him was in that. It was a reprint. Yeah, it's Marvel Preview, but the first time I saw him was the colored version, which was the Star-Lord special edition thing they did.
Yep.
And I love that book so much, and John Byrne was just the man. And so, of course, because I had to follow through, I do have my preview, my Marvel Preview. So, yeah, I'm definitely a Star-Lord guy.
Yeah.
The what? Yeah.
Is it the first issue or the first appearance?
Yeah, he has the first appearance, and he's.
Oh.
Wow.
Mm.
He looked pretty close to that.
Yeah.
But Nova and Star-Lord always look very similar.
Gotcha. So anyway, I worked on I wasn't like saying I just did that anyway, like to stop them. No, now I feel awkward.
Oh no, you're
Anyway,
good. You're good.
I wanted to get back to your cards because I drew the Simpsons. I went ahead and I drew a Bigfoot Simpsons character, and that's a Batman because I love drawing Batman. So love it, my favorite.
Of course.
He's a drawer cat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like like I was trying to incorporate what I was doing, what we're doing, and again, everybody here wore their Bigfoot is real shirts on Friday,
Right.
so yeah, Bigfoot is a big thing here. Yeah, another Batman, Rebel. But yeah, as a matter of fact, I think the Batman was the other one I did first. So like when I see the Stormtrooper and that one together, it kind of reminds me. And then Lobo is another one of my favorite characters.
Cigar smoking.
Oh, well, see, but that's the thing, there's a mandate when it comes to certain characters. Like Marvel has it now where if you draw the Thing, you can't draw him smoking. If you draw J. Jonah Jameson, he can't be smoking.
Or Wolverine.
Yeah, and I'm like, no. God bless you. You want to give me a job at Marvel and give me the Thing, I will gladly draw him without smoking a cigar. But if I'm drawing him for myself or for other people, he's going to have a cigar in his mouth because guess what? Jack Kirby drew it that way.
That's right.
And if Jack Kirby drew it that way, it's good enough for me. And I understand the whole, we don't want to set a bad example to children or whatever, but these are fictional characters.
They also have claws coming out of their hands.
Yeah. It's so funny that they go ahead and they pay attention to all this, PC stuff, but meanwhile it's like they're all doing some dangerous stuff. The Punisher's out there killing people, and people are getting upset about that because some people are using the skull for this, that, and the other. They're comic books. No one's going to get hurt over this stuff. Are we done with the cards?
I think we're done with the
Was that all
cards.
of them?
Is that all we got?
Yeah, I think there was only 10. I didn't realize.
Okay. Fantastic cards.
I hope you like them because again, I don't mind doing them. I like being able to help you guys out with anything. So
I know people love your cards, and I know that they're going to enter our giveaway. They're going to make sure and comment on this video, like
this
and
one?
yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Right on.
They're going to like, subscribe. We'll give them away next week. If we don't have your information, make sure you email us at gabescave13@gmail.com. Go ahead and send us your address. Pre-register so you can win these cards. We'll give away 5 plus a loot box. This should be a well commented video because you have amazing art.
Well, you know, I see. I don't know the number thing. Like, so, like, if we're doing a live one, are people commenting now that are on the video? And then when you put this up, do they get to also comment while it's up on the page?
Right.
Again, how does that work?
Yes, they'll still get to comment after it's live.
It doesn't matter. So
doesn't matter.
There you go. If you're watching this live and you feel like I'm not gonna win it, comment so you guys can win something. I like that. That's awesome.
And you know what? If you don't win something and you're worried about missing out, you know, it's the FOMO, the fear of missing out.
That's what they call it.
Contact him. Have him do something for you. Do it.
Sure.
Do it.
That's all I do. I work. It's funny because people come over here and they'll be like, "Hey, are you busy?" It's like, "Well, I'm not busy, but I always got something to do." You know.
Yeah, and it's.
Pops. A guy just dumped 75 pops on you yesterday or whatever it was.
I mean, I knew he was coming. That's the great thing about it because we talked about it before the show. He'd gotten a hold of me and we talked, and I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. Just come on in. I guess I had no idea that it was going to be that many. It's like, and at first it's very overwhelming. At first you're just sitting there going, oh my, like, how am I going to do this? And then I started working on it, and I'm like, okay, well, let's tweak this. And so, like, I figured out how to do a bunch of them like this, a bunch of them like this, and I set them up as an assembly line. So yeah, we're good. And we tore through them, and then our other gentleman on the other side of the room saw me doing it. It's like, I'm gonna bring some pops in tomorrow. I'm like, okay, right on. So he's got like maybe 10 or 12 of them over there waiting for me. So
Cool.
fun, man. Fun.
Did they get more tables?
They do. We're spreading out. You know, when people, the one thing about cons, and I'll tell you a funny story about this. The one thing about cons that, in my opinion, kills cons, empty tables. You know, because some people, they'll set up and, you know, maybe, again, we have an empty table over here because the people that are there are church people, minister and his family, and they were here for the cards. Well, here we are on Sunday. Well, they got a better house to be at it. You know, I'm just saying they got things they got to do. So we go ahead and we let people spread out to go ahead and fill in that space. Well, I was at WonderCon, man, several years ago, and I was sitting at my buddy's table, and there was a table across from us. The gentleman hated where he was at, because that's the biggest problem with some of these shows. Sometimes when you get placed somewhere, you get all like bent out of shape, like, man, they put me up by the bathrooms, or I'm facing the back wall, or I'm used to just making do with whatever I get, because generally it's a spot they give you, or I'm sitting with somebody. I never get cross. I never whine. It's like, look, this is my spot. I got to make the best of it. So we were sitting there, and the gentleman right across from us was just full of piss and vinegar. He was mad because, you know, this wasn't where I want to be, blah, 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 blah. So he went ahead and whined to somebody and bitched and moaned and went ahead. And again, I don't even know who this guy is, so I'm not dropping a name or anything. But, you know, a lot of y'all fit this description from time to time because you're whiny little shits. Just take what you get because they're not trying to hurt you. What?
We're all about it.
Okay, no show is trying to hurt you, but they have X amount of spots, and yeah, the big guys are going to have this spot, and you know you're going to end up over here. So anyway, they accommodated this guy. This jerk went ahead and grabbed all his stuff and ran over to another spot where it was better, and so the table was empty. So my buddy had set up his whole table, and I had a few commissions to do, and I'm like, you know what, I'll just sit over there and I'll just draw at the table. So I went over to the table, and I laid out my markers, and I was just drawing there. And nature called. I had to go to the restroom. And, of course, it's WonderCon, so you got to, like, walk around and, you know, oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, yeah, you're doing the pee-pee dance. Oh, yeah, it's good. All right. And so you finally get to the restroom, and then you come back, and now you can go, oh, hey, sorry for rushing off, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, when you leave for a 5-minute urinary break, it takes you 20 minutes. So in the time I walked away, I get back to the table. Oh, and the one thing I forgot, my buddy was with me. So my buddy sat down. He started drawing at the table. So he was able to watch my stuff while I went to the restroom. So in the meantime, I come back after 20 minutes or so, and my buddy is back behind our booth, and he's drawing on his lap again. And I'm like, hey, man, what are you doing? Because the table's still there, and it's empty. And he says, yeah, a security guard came over here and he told us we had to get out of here, that we couldn't set up at the table. And it's like, we didn't set up a banner. Like, we didn't set up books to sell. Like, we weren't, like, taking over a spot. It's like look, table's empty. I'm just going to sit here and do a drawing. And I got mad. You know, and they also took the table and they turned it sideways. You know, so like, no, you can't use this table. It was turned side, and it's in the middle of an aisle and stuff. So I got mad. I went ahead and, oh no, God, I'm messing up the whole story. So I got mad because of the way they made us leave, or made him leave. And I'm like, they would never have done that if I was there, because I would have been like, dude, this is an empty table. Like, no one's here. It's like, so. My buddy's sitting over there. It's like, well, I'm just going to go back over there and set up. And my other pal was like, oh, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. It's like, you know, I don't want to have any problems with the show. You know, he's the first time show. So I was mad that he was starting to act like a little punk. So I got this big, giant Sharpie, you know, the big, gigantic ones. And I walked over to the table, a big vinyl cover tablecloth. And I wrote, WonderCon wants empty tables. Now I'm thinking I probably shouldn't tell this story because now they know it's me. Anyway, so I said, WonderCon wants empty tables. And, you know, exclamation mark, boom, you know. And I didn't sign it or anything. I wasn't looking for trouble. And I still don't want trouble. So anyway, I go ahead and I wrote that on there. And then, of course, I'm like, all right, well, I don't have room to work or do anything. And I don't want to sit at another table and have somebody get upset with me. So I'll just walk around. So I went ahead and walked around for a little bit. And I guess in the meantime, after I'd walked around for a bit and came back to the table, somebody had taken the table, security, and turned it sideways so you couldn't read the sign. And the legs are sticking out. So, like, the legs are, like, in the walkway. And I'm, like, thinking to myself, oh, WonderCon, damn, I shouldn't keep saying WonderCon. It's like WonderCon doesn't want empty tables, but they'll set up a table for someone to potentially trip over. That makes more sense. The reckoning was just ridiculous to me, because the vinyl tablecloth could have come right off. Like, if they wanted to take it off, they could have just pulled it off. WonderCon, I'm sorry I upset you. Please forgive me. Uh-oh.
No more empty tables.
I just don't like that stuff. It drives me nuts. Because again, if a person at a show walks down an aisle, and let's say it's Sunday and somebody had to leave early or somebody can't be there, and they see empty tables, they get that idea in their head, well, there's no reason for me to walk up this aisle now because I've already seen all the other stuff up here, and there's a bunch of empty tables.
But they think, oh, well, they're closing up shop.
Yeah.
This aisle's going home.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
There's no reason to come back. So my thing is, like, if at any of the shows that I'm kind of like dealing with, I'll turn to the people at the show. That's what I do now. I turn to the people who run the show and go, look, can these people spread out? Because I'm not looking for me. I'm like, hey, can that person over there spread out? Can this person spread out? Because empty tables kill people. Like, because there's no business if there's empty tables. Why did we tell that story? Oh, because somebody set up over there.
Yeah,
all right, never mind.
Because one vendor left, and now the vendor that was in the corner, the vendor that was in the corner had all of his stuff in one, and now it looks like he brought quadruple the amount of stuff. I don't think he did. He just spread it out like a fine.
Oh yeah, he had people come in yesterday, and they were like, "Hey, do you have this? Do you have this?"
Oh,
I got it at home, so he brought it in.
Stuff. Okay,
but that's the great thing about doing a show at home. Like, even us, like, we got stuff at the warehouse, and we don't want to have to drive back to the warehouse, but it's convenient because if we, like, the other day I needed prints. I realized I didn't have this, and I didn't have this, and I didn't have that. I'm like, shoot. But our printer's right here in town, so I was able to call him up on the phone and say, hey, Derek Day at Quick Print, Custom Quick Print in Dallas.
Nice plug.
Irving. He's in Allen. I don't know where he's at. He's in Allen. He's in Irving. We'll figure it out.
We're in Allen.
Yeah.
We're in Allen.
He's in Irving. Custom Quick Print in Allen. All right. So, but that's the great thing about doing, things at home. Because if we were in Minneapolis at a show, I wouldn't have even had my flash drives with me. So it's like, how would I have gotten this stuff done? So yeah, so he's local, and so he just ran home to get his stuff.
Looks like we are about out of time here today.
I'm sorry I was boring.
No, I've been told
horrible stories.
that what? You were not boring at all. I love watching your interviews.
No,
I actually like
when you
watching
finish a story and then you go, "Oh, we got to go, guys," and we go, "Oh."
No, the Twilight Zone is speaking to me in the background, telling me that we've been on here for about an hour now. So,
No, it's all good. I'm teasing.
I actually love watching Tone's live videos on Facebook, and if any of you are not friends with him or don't follow him on Facebook,
A
you
lot of
should.
people aren't friends with me.
Yeah, well, we're friends.
Oh, no, absolutely. You guys are great.
Yeah, so you should follow him on Facebook or friend him or whatever it is, and then watch his live videos because he goes live like regularly.
I try my best.
Like, what, a couple times a week at
I
least?
try to do it. Rob was talking earlier. I heard him, like, because my ears get hot when I start hearing things about me, and I'm like, but Rob did say something about trying to find a scheduled time and then doing it consistently, and we talked about that in the past, and that's the best way to basically get people. So at some point, we're in the middle of a move, but as soon as we're done with the move, we're gonna set up a time, and then so it'll be like, same bat time, same bat channel, and then boom, it'll be there. So yeah, we'll figure it all out.
Well, either way, until then, he does go live regularly to draw and whatnot. So Chris wants to say something.
Some of his best live videos that are entertaining, that make me laugh, are things with content that involve careless mail handlers and you taking a walk down the road to give your neighbor back the correct mail.
Oh,
those are very, like, that's real
Okay.
life content, but
Heads
it's
up-
funny videos.
Heads up, my thing is I'm a shamer. I don't mind if you do something wrong. I don't mind, in the car and look over at you and I go, I was going to do the other. I don't do the other. It's this one. I don't mind doing this because I have a real problem with people doing something they shouldn't do and making it look like I'm wrong. Because most of the time when you call somebody out on their bad behavior, especially in public, like they get belligerent and, it's like, oh, no, that's not happening. We will not have that. Just because you did something wrong and I called you on it, you're going to go ahead and get all, butthurt over it. It's like, no. So, yeah, I'm a shamer. So I do a lot of that. And, yeah, we had a package that apparently got thrown on our yard. I didn't see this. Keep in mind, I didn't see this. My wife saw it. So when we went out there to see what it was, like this delivery person literally took the package and like threw it at our door. It hit, like it was like a frisbee or whatever, just threw it, and April was just standing there and she caught it, and she told me, it's like, she just threw that, and I'm like, really? So I get up and I walk over to go get it, and it's just a shirt or something, some clothing, and I was just like, oh well, it's not even for us. It's like I'll just take it over to the neighbors. So I had to go inside, put my shoes on and stuff, but in the meantime, the woman who delivered it came to the door and then said, oh, hey, I just dropped off a package. And I said, no, you didn't. And she looked puzzled. And I said, yeah, you threw it at the door. And she goes, oh, no, I didn't. It's like, my wife saw you do this. And she goes, no, I didn't. It's like, now you're calling my wife a liar. And now, see, this is the thing. Now I'm irritated because now she's dragging me into this. But like I said, she could have been like, well, I'm sorry, or not said anything. If you don't say anything, don't even say you're sorry. That's fine. But I'm going to call you on your bullshit. But then all of a sudden she was getting upset with me, and now I want to go. So, yeah, so I called her on it, and then I felt horrible because she's working, and, like, she doesn't need my baloney. She's dropping off 100. So then I did this video where I go ahead and I'm like, "Urgh," and then I'm like, oh, now I feel like a jerk. Where is she? I'm going to go buy her a soda or something. I feel horrible because, like, I just want to, like I said, she's a working lady. Why do I got to be upset with her? Just because she wants to throw packages at the house.
He's got to have entertaining stories to tell while he draws, and they are entertaining. So you definitely should check him out on Facebook and all his socials. Hit him up for some commissions if you're interested.
Anytime.
And yeah, I mean, they got to make money, and you got to have art, right? Right. All right, well, we are wrapping up our final day here at the Dallas Card Show, and we'll be back at some point here in the next couple months, and we have some other shows coming up. Stay tuned and keep up with our socials, and we'll have everybody's down below. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Make sure that you leave a comment, like the video, and subscribe if you're not already to get entered to win one of Tone's cards, his fantastic cards. Anybody else have anything to say real quick before we, Chris?
Yeah, real quick. Don't add any WonderCon.com things to let's not get that out there in the world and have them spread the story. It's just you guys don't share it either, please. Just keep it amongst ourselves.
No hashtag WonderCon.
Please, don't. I mean, don't do it, please.
And last words of wisdom for the interview. Remember, don't just eat your donuts. Eat your donut holes.
That's one of the best things I've ever heard in my life. Gabe, send us off, buddy.
Toodles.
Toodles. All right.